Hey everyone, and welcome back to Bridging the Gap. Make sure to leave a like on this video down below and subscribe. My name is Alvin. I lean right on most issues, and I'll be representing the Republican side.
My name is Luke. I lean left on most issues, and I'll be representing the Democratic side. Now, in this video, folks, we'll be analyzing the recent Republican surge.
Yeah, I mean, this has been absolutely crazy. If you've taken a look at the US political environment in the past few days, even, I mean, we could go back a few weeks, but days. We've seen starting from mid-October, the Republicans have absolutely surged in every metric possible. I guess we might as well start with the generic ballot.
Yeah.
So here, yeah. Okay,
so you can touch
want
on
to do
it.
it? Okay, so so yeah, on the generic ballot, we see it starting in this entire summer. And even since last election day, we've seen Republicans having a steady lead, but after gas prices started to recover, and some might also point to the Dobbs decision, a month later after the Dobbs decision, it started to move back towards Democrat territory. And for a brief moment in September, it looked like Democrats might carry the momentum and somehow save Election Day from this red bloodbath of the summer. But then as we got into October, we started to see something weird happening. You want to tell us a little more about that?
Yeah, in October, I mean, as you can see here in the polling data on RCP, Republicans started to shoot up. As to why, I think gas prices started to go up in the beginning of October, so I'm sure that's part of the reason. Also, a lot of the hype around Roe has died down, started to die down at the closing of the summer for whatever reason. And I don't know, Republicans have just been more hyped, and also it could be also applied to like candidate problems in the Democrats. Like, John Fetterman has been having a good October. And that could have also, also Blake Masters apparently did well in the debate, according to, political bettors and stuff. So, all these shifts have kind of coalesced into something here.
Yeah, so the generic ballot, for those who don't know, is a good indicator for the national environment. And so states and races will go in different directions, but this is a more of a general look. And we can see that recently Republicans have really surged. And I think something else to know is that once likely voter screens got added, Republicans really did well in these same polls. And we can look at other polls, Senate polls and governor polls. And recently, there has been some significant shifts to the right. In like specific races, we could see like Wisconsin, some would even say, New Hampshire for some reason. And then in the governor's side, we've seen like Florida, not even competitive at all. It might even go to safe. Oregon's been holding steady. Arizona, everything really.
Oh, and even New York.
Yeah, and even New York. We'll get into specific races maybe later down the line, but something important to note, we've looked at this in the past, is RCP averages. And if you go into any specific race, let's say we go into the Arizona governor race because it's convenient, and we can start looking at Democrat percentages to see if they have a decent chance of winning. And how about you explain the RCP 50% test?
Yeah, so I've developed like a formula sort of like to kind of tell a Democrat's percentage chance of winning. I got this idea from a Politico article I read recently. And essentially in 2020, while the polls were off on like how much Trump got and like the percentage Trump got and like his percentage compared to Biden's, in terms of raw percentage, it was quite accurate in terms of what Biden actually got, if that makes sense. So like if a poll said Biden had put Biden at 50, but Trump at 45, Biden would likely get 50, but Trump would do better than the poll expected. So that gave me the idea to just look at focus on Democratic numbers. So I analyzed around 90 polls on RCP, and this is only for RCP, by the way, not 538. And I found the percentage chance a Democrat has of winning if they're within a certain range of polling. So as you can see here, in every race I analyzed where the Democrat had 50% or above in polling on RCP, they won. And as that percentage gets lower, they have a less and less chance of winning.
Yeah. So something we need to look at here is recently they're supposed to be competitive, right? But for some reason, Mark Kelly, for example, he was leading way over 50% of the polls and he got around that percent. Although Martha McSally, the Republican, got a lot more than the poll represented. And for example, in this race in 2022, he's under 48% and under 50%, which would make this a till-R race according to this aggregate.
Mm-hmm.
And even worse, Katie Hobbs is under 46%, making this likely Republican. So there's races like this. I'm just using Arizona as an example, but
And also, I would
yeah,
like to note this isn't by like margins, like
yeah,
this is like percentage chance of winning. So
yeah,
it's not like
percentage chance.
yeah, not
So yeah,
like the numbers. Yeah.
that's another metric we'd like to look at, and it's not looking good because even in the more competitive, the more Democrat leading competitive races, you might call it, you'll see that it's actually getting pretty much under 50% for like every single one of these races,
Mm-hmm.
which is really bad for Democrats. And if they, like, for example, this New Hampshire race was supposed to never be competitive once Don Bolduc got the nomination,
Yeah.
but with Hassan falling under 50%, looking like she might fall under 48, it's going to start getting really, really risky. And Mitch McConnell has started putting money in here. So
Yeah. It's
yeah.
getting way closer.
Anyways, let's go ahead and look at the political betting markets because these are a really good indicator. And I think something we should just start by looking at in the beginning is the top line numbers, right? Obviously, the top line numbers are not good news for the Democrats and Republicans, although it says -1 cent on the day. It has not been great. So, how about you get into this flip flop of numbers?
Yeah, I mean, as like in many of the races we've seen, like it's been like a complete flip. Like, which market is this here?
This is the
But
top
like,
line ballot.
oh, this is
The
just
top one.
yeah, okay, yeah. Like in general, like we've seen shifts in all these like races, like from Pennsylvania, Arizona, now New Hampshire, even Georgia. Like we've seen shifts to the right, and it's been quite crazy. I mean, you can attribute these to like some like specific factors. I mean, like Pennsylvania, especially like after
Yeah.
that debate, I can't like that debate was really bad for Fetterman because it put his stroke in the spotlight and instantly, like, I mean, if you want to go to Pennsylvania real quick, uh,
Instantly right
yeah,
here.
yeah, like instantly, like, I mean, I feel like any independent who watches that debate, like, is just gonna be like, oh, well, this guy,
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, you could see like a lot of these shifts are like deadly for Democrats here, and
Yeah,
like,
so
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, we can go ahead and look at every race, but as you can see today, Mag Hassan under 65 cents. And it's really telling. We aren't gonna get into every race in this video, but it's almost like the Republicans are running away with it in many cases. And another really interesting market to look at is the Senate seats one. I've been
is
keeping
that the
my eye on
governor?
this one.
Wait,
No, this
or
is the
the Senate?
Senate
Oh,
seats.
this is
How
the
many
Senate.
are
Okay.
Senate seats? And
Uh,
53 is now on the top. And if you look, there's a greater than 50% chance that it's a 52 or more. And look at 50 or under. These numbers are tiny. And 51 to 56 or more is dominating this market. Now,
yeah,
we can also look here at the governor's. This is
yeah,
-4 cents on the day, but it's more like 10 cents on the week. That's more accurate. And that's 32 or more. Just 32 or more is absolutely insane. If you look at the map, that's Republicans sweeping every toss up, but they also have to carry like Michigan and then one more reach toss up, which is just absolutely crazy how this is happening. Yeah, it
yeah.
looks like some of these best case scenarios that we made a long time ago might come into fruition.
I mean, no, like, like even our best case scenario video, like the most recent one for Republicans, like some of it's like pretty incorrect now. Like, I mean, we've gotten
Oh
some
yeah.
recent polling in Illinois, for example, showing it at 10 points. I mean, that in a best case scenario now for Republicans, that could be like a 5 to 10
It
point, a
is
single
it
digit
is
race.
I do want to note though that I was gonna put Illinois in likely, but you convinced me otherwise.
Yeah,
So there we
I'm
go.
regretting that now, but you know, and then also, I mean, Nevada. Nevada could
Yeah.
also go likely now. I mean, we saw a Trafalgar poll. I mean, they're usually off to the right or spot on. In Nevada, historically, they've been off to the right, but I mean, we'll see. I mean, but they had Lombardo, the Republican, running for governor there, up 7, which is a massive margin. I mean, Trafalgar's not, I haven't seen them off by 7 recently, so it's going to be tough
Oh
for
yeah.
the Democrat to overcome that for sure.
Yeah, these polls just don't look good. And I think it's just an all around thing from the generic ballot to the specific races. You can go look at them yourself on RCP. Um, the RCP 50% test, the betting markets, even 538. We don't like 538 that much because they do things a little weirdly, but even they have the Senate now at a dead heat at 50-50, basically. So that's how you know the Republicans are favored. When 538 has a 50-50, Republicans are favored. So there you go. Every single metric. Do you have anything else you want to say?
I mean, well, we should also take a look at New York, I think, here, because that one's another interesting one that's been
Okay,
recently. If
probably
you
the
can go and
most
find that.
interesting
Yeah, like
gubernatorial race. Yeah.
I mean, now, I mean, because we're in New Jersey, we're pretty close to New York. So it's interesting to see how like fast New York's been shifting to the right here. I mean, like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know why, but now Kathy Hochul is in a single point race. I think the most recent poll put her up 8 from Emerson. That was just released today. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but I mean, still, it's a single digit race in New York, and like she was leading by 20 over the summer. So I don't know,
Mm.
dramatic shifts.
Yeah, I mean, technically, the margin of error could double, and Zeldin could have a shot here, even without a polling error. And New York isn't exactly polled very well. It's not a swing state, so it's definitely possible Zeldin can win. And there's a lot of races throughout the country where somehow Republicans have gotten outside shots that they shouldn't have, like New York, like New Mexico, like Michigan. Like these things were supposed to be
Yeah,
completely
and,
locked
and, and
down for two
Michigan's another
years.
one. Like
And
Michigan's
Michigan's
another one
another
too.
one. And yeah, we should maybe just finally touch on the debates because the debates were important. And Lee Zeldin sort of got his Terry McAuliffe moment that, when Hochul said, she didn't care that much about Zeldin locking people up. And that could be the turning point. We don't know. Fetterman obviously
I don't
didn't do
think
so
that's going to
well.
be the turning
So,
point. The debate, I think the debate was quite even. I mean, Hochul, like again, Zeldin tried to keep the debate on crime the entire time. He repeatedly dodged anything to do with his vote, like to decertify the election, and he dodged everything with guns. I mean, like I think it's arguable that like the debate was roughly even. Like, yeah, I mean, you could even make an argument for Kathy Hochul debate. I do not think the debate will have much of an effect, but either way, I mean, it looks like he's closening it, so we'll see.
yeah, there we go. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. It's just a little short video to bring it back. We've been really busy recently. We'll be trying to release as many videos as we can up until election day. So
Yes.
make sure to leave a like on this video down below, comment to help us with the YouTube algorithm, subscribe, and ring that bell.
Yeah, and share with your friends, please.
Yep. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.
See ya.